So here's the trickiest part of our work over the next several days, which is to write a quadratic equation from a graph. Now, to do that, you first have to look at the graph, and there you see a graph in red. Now, the graph in blue is simply the parent function, y equals x squared. So to write the quadratic equation, the first thing you have to do is identify the vertex. And the vertex is right here, the point where the graph turns around. It's going down, gets to 3, 4, and then turns around and goes back up. Okay, that's step number 1. Now we've got the vertex. Now step number 2 is write the provisional equation in vertex form. Now remember, the vertex form is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, that's not a 9, that's an a. Okay, so that is the vertex form. So what we have is h and k. So I'm going to plug in plug in 3, 4 into h and k. And when I do that, I get y equals a times x minus 3 because of the minus sign in the model equation squared plus 4. Okay, at this point it might be useful for you to remember IHOD over because when a parameter is inside the parentheses or the grouping symbol, it indicates that there's a horizontal transformation going on, and it's the opposite of what it appears. Now, our function moved over to the right 3 units. You would expect that to be x plus 3, but it's not. It's x minus 3 because it's the opposite of what it appears. And then 4 is the over. It's outside the grouping symbol, outside the parentheses, and then up 4, just as the plus sign indicates. Okay, so there we have it. So now step 3 is identify where the graph crosses intersections of the grid. Now this is marked here. So this is 3, 4, then here it crosses the grid at 4, 6, here it crosses the grid at 5, 12, over here it crosses the grid at 2, 6, and at 1, 12. And again, it's useful to recall that there's an axis of symmetry that's going through the vertex. So that's x equals 3 is the axis of symmetry. And these are pairs of symmetric points. And that's just to help you remember what the parts of a quadratic equation are called. So we've identified where the graph crosses intersections of the grid. Now, step 4 is to count from the vertex to the first point. So we start here, and we go over 1 and up 2, kind of like if you were trying to find the slope. And then count from the vertex to the second point, over 2 and up 8. Okay? And it's the same on this side, over 1, up 2, over 2, up 8. Now, compare how the transformed function compares to the count of the parent function y equals x squared. So what's going on here? This goes over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. So this one, the transform function, is going up twice as fast as the parent. The parent goes over 1, up 1. This function goes over 1, up 2. The parent function goes over 2, up 4. And this function goes over 2 and up 8. So the factor of stretch must be 2. A must be 2. So now you can write the transformed function. Y equals 2 times x minus 3 squared plus 4. Okay, so that's the basics. And any questions, please bring them to me. Thank you.